Alright. Running that intro thing.
Yeah.
Eureka. We make plays every day. Yeah. 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 We make plays every day. Yeah.
Hey.
We make plays every day. Yeah. We make plays every day. Yeah. We make plays every day.
Yeah. Welcome to Playmaker as fuck. This is episode 3. Had to think for a second there because we're starting to stack these joints up. Go ahead and while we're speaking on that, go ahead and check out episode 1 and episode 2 featuring Westside Mo and my man Kid. You know what I'm saying? Great interviews. I got to really pick these guys' brains. I know them fairly well for a long time in my life. And in this case, episode 3, we're bringing the sultry sounds of my man Ep. You might know him from Head Nod Music Group. You might know him from Audiblesol. And you might know him and see me as his co-host on Head Pod, the Wave podcast. Man, what's happening, Ep?
Well, that's good. What's good, Bogard? How you doing, Bogey?
Man, I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to light up, though. Give me one turn to her.
Oh, man, you know, I like the way you think. I think I'm about to participate as well, my sir.
Yes, you know what I mean? So, okay, before we get to the show, want to handle a little bit of housekeeping? That's right? Housekeeping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what's funny? If you listen to all my podcasts, I religiously say house cleaning. I be fucking it up, right? But anyways, so let's get to this good housekeeping. Follow us at the GMM Network. Follow me at Bogard Scott Free World. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you know, or the notification bell so you know when we got new content, because we're gonna continue to bring you this contamination-free Corona climate confinement content that you can enjoy from the comfort of your own goddamn couch. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Also,
Quarantine files.
Oh yeah. Also, want to shout out a special shout out to our sponsor, Milk and Honey, for all your CBD goodness, all your CBD wellness. Check out
Quality.
Yep, quality all the way. You know what I'm saying? And definitely quality is better than quantity. In this case, you want some of that quality CBD goodness? Go ahead and fuck with www.milkandhoneytx.com. Ep, let them know where they can find you too.
Oh, you can catch me in a couple spots, man. It's all about the same as Mr. Epik. You can catch me on Twitter at Mr. Epik. You can catch me on IG also at Mr. Epik, MistaEpik. You can also find me on Audiblesol, all the platforms with that. You got Facebook, you got SoundCloud, you got Twitter, of course, Instagram. So just give me a shout out. Holla at your man. You know, we'll politic connect. You never know what's good.
Okay. Now, we're going to... You know what the show's about. The show's about artistry. It's about entrepreneurship. It's about hustlership. You know what I mean? It's even making up words. You know what I'm saying? Hustlership. I don't care if you're a painter, a skater, a singer, a dancer. You know what I'm saying? If you out there making plays and you're trying to better yourself in some kind of way, or even just you're out here and you're trying to make plays that could possibly even influence the next playmaker, that follows you. You know what I mean? That's what this show's all about. And you are definitely a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? It's a kind of a new grade we put on it. There's no more Playmaker A plus no more. It's Playmaker AF. You know what I'm saying? Playmaker is fuck. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up.
I'm over here trying to figure out where we should start. You know, because for those who don't know, you know, I've known Ep for the past couple years. We're under the same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? As far as this music shit. Shout out to HMNG. Shout out to Prime One. You know what I mean? All the guys out there.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm saying? Like you always, I don't know. I always gravitated towards you. And you know what's funny is because no coincidence, we have the same birthday. You know what I mean? It was like
birthday twins,
right? And like I was like, man, no wonder I fuck with this dude. And like, it's dope too. It's dope too because you know what I'm saying. Like, I dig the music. The music definitely highlights the personality. and vice versa. You know what I mean? Your personality definitely shows in the music. You know what I mean? Like, we also are co-hosts on another podcast where we just pretty much talk about issues in general, or just the world. And like you're someone I respect your perspective. I love your takes, and it was only fitting that I get you on one of the top 10, the first 10 episodes, and it happens to be episode 3. So let's take it back. So where are you born at?
I'm an East Coast kid, man. So I was born in Connecticut, though. But moms and pops, moms is from Gary, Indiana. Pops is from Chicago, Illinois. So had me in Connecticut, and we came back to the Midwest.
So
parents, how they do.
Do you have any memories of Connecticut, or were you hella little?
None whatsoever, though. It was on my bucket list to go visit, though. But yeah, I was too young to remember anything about that.
I've actually been through Connecticut.
Oh, where?
Yeah, like it's crazy because real quick side story. So my nephew is half Italian. You know what I'm saying? His dad, my brother-in-law, they're from Jersey originally, and then it eventually moved out to Connecticut, out to Middlebury, and or Middleborough or Berry, whatever the fuck it is, right? But so I'm in Connecticut, right, and we're partying hard, bro. It's a Sunday. My nephew got baptized. This is that. We're partying, bro. Like, and they're doing it like Italians do. You know what I mean? Where like they put the spread out. You know what I'm saying? You right, and then like everyone eats a little bit of appetizers. They got the little strombolis chopped up, and right, and then everyone drinks for like an hour. You know what I mean? And then you serve dinner, and I was like, I like that. You know what I mean? And then like I'm Filipino, so like the way it works is like you just have all the trays with the food out. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfuckers just going to and fro at their own will, right? So in this case, everyone eats dinner, they put everything away, and then they put out some dessert for everyone, and then it's shit, they put everything away and everyone just drinks. But then, I guess that helps too, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just, they pack everything to go already for everyone. Anyways, I'm skipping So my memory in Connecticut was I'm hella faded, and there's no more booze. And I'm like, oh no, because I realized, and because I had been there from a Sunday to a Sunday, basically, right? And I remember the first day I was there, we stopped at the liquor store because I was staying at a hotel. I'm like, I'm going to get me a bottle. They didn't sell no liquor because they don't do it on Sundays.
You stay at a liquor store?
No, I'm staying at a hotel, but I needed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I'm saying? I went to the hotel to get liquor so I could go back to the liquor store and, you know what I mean? I've had a few. You know what's funny? On that note, I might as well pop a beer right now because I'm so wounded from last night. I'm like,
Tecate, give me money.
Right? I see Bud Light, give me money. I need a pop. All right. So check this out. I'm like, how the fuck are we gonna get liquor? And everybody was like, oh, they're prepared. They're from Connecticut, so they're prepared for this shit. Everyone just had cases of liquor and wine and beer in their basement. Like it was nuts. I was like, oh, word.
Is it one of those blue states or is it?
Yeah. So on Sunday,
like,
exactly. Did we lose you? Yo. Oops. Hold on. There he is.
You guys stock it up on Saturday. Or you're Friday stocking on Saturday. Then all you can do is get food on Sunday. But yeah, I record that.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those Bible places. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
The tri-state. I forgot how to phrase. I gotta look it up. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
So how old were you when you went to the Midwest? To Chicago, how old were you at the time?
Man, I pretty much was raised there, really. Between going back and forth between Indiana and Illinois. That was just pretty much it until I won't say until I was about 12, to be quite frank. And then went down to Stone Mountain, Georgia, Decatur, Georgia. Did about 5 or 6 years in Decatur and Stone Mountain before I came to the West Coast. Actually, I went back to East Chicago. Then I came to the West Coast.
So between the times you're jumping back and forth from Chicago and Indiana, can you remember what place you were at where like when you discovered the first love, you know what I mean? When you discovered rap, you know what I mean, and hip hop.
Oh man, yeah, it was.
But like, give me money.
It was like there used to be. Well, they still popping though. It was a station in Chicago. It was always bumping some joints, and because actually for a while it was always about the house music. That's kind of what I grew up on. Grew up on house music before hip hop. Yeah. Hey,
I love house music, bro. I used to go raving. I used to go to raves as a kid. Mm-hmm. And like, I never liked that music until I started going to raves. You know, yes, I don't encourage you children to go and pop ecstasy, right? But like, ecstasy made that music the shit.
And Molly.
Fuck yeah, bro. Like, I'll be in the raves, and like, the motherfucking house got swag to it. You know, like trance music is like do. You know what I mean? Like house music got some jam to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could dance to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I remember listening to a lot of house coming up though. You know, mom had that played a lot of that 70s R&B. You know what I'm saying? So Ohio players and stuff like that. So you got all that music playing in the house on a regular. So, but when hip hop started popping, you know, Sugar Hill Gang was, you know, of course, one of the first joints. You know, but grew up listening to, you know, Rakim, KRS-One. Those are, you know, it was Public Enemy. Those are the kind of joints I was listening to coming up. So that stuff is kind of keeps me one of the reasons why I want to start writing.
Yeah.
You know, and then just listening to how, you know, they construct a rhyme, how they tell a story. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you had there was like political rap, and it was conscious rap. You know, and then it was like, you know, just that biblical rap. You know, so it was all kind of like we had horror rap. So, you know, I just came up with it just right when it was in the beginning, really.
You said horror rap. I remember that genre.
Yeah,
like
right?
The ICPs of the world and like Kung Fu Vampire.
It's just a start of storytelling because, like, when I was in school, man, it was the same way. You know, I took we had a writing session in one of my classes as a kid, man. So I was writing stories.
Little workshops, little writing workshops.
Writing workshops. You know, I had a English teacher, and she was really, you know, working on our handwriting, and we were telling stories. So I was already learning how to write stories, you know, using the imagination, writing stories. So then when hip hop was like starting out and coming up, and you hearing these artists, you're like, man, that'd be kind of dope, you know. So then we at the lunch table with your boys, and you know, cats making beats on the table, just rapping the table, like, you know, you know, just bumping them out, right? And just being a cipher, just, you know, trying to spit your bars and stuff like that. You know, everybody, you know.
So where were you at? Was this in Chicago?
Actually, man, when I started rapping, I was actually in Georgia.
Oh, word!
Yeah. When I started, I think I was in Michigan when I did my first like freestyle.
Yeah.
I did it in front of my sister and a cousin I was sleeping over.
How nerve-wracking was that though? Right, the first time you're
actually, it wasn't that bad though. It was actually kind of funny though, because we were like, you know, it's a sleepover, so we all chilling. And I'm hella tired. And I forget I kind of remember the rap. It was it was a throwback joint too. I want to say it was like a Reagan joint, you know, like this da ha ha ha. So we flipped it, and so we just flipped it. I just flipped it one day in front of my sister and a friend. That was like the first time I did it, or my cousin. And they was just like, you know, cracking up. And I was like, oh, that was pretty clean. I was like, all right, you know, it wasn't too much though. But then when I got to Georgia, I ran to a couple homies out there that were into the music, and it just kind of bubbled a lot more there because they were artists too. They were, you know, going to the studio, you know, and actually I was even went to the studio. We just kind of hooked up on other stuff that we, you know, I'm not getting into that, but we were folks, but they would go to the studio on a regular basis. So I listened to them, you know, write their rhymes, and then we'll have ciphers and stuff like that at the lunchroom table, and I'm just like, man, so I just started writing poetry, started writing rhymes, man, just trying to just. I started writing first.
And so this was like, what were you like? What were you like a preteen, like 12?
Yeah, like I was like 13, 14.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's usually around the age when a lot of these artists that I talk to, you know, it's usually around that time when they start to pick up the pen or pencil.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you know when you're young, you be rapping like, you know, other songs or other, you know what I mean, shit memorized, and then when you start writing your own shit, it's like, I remember for me, I was probably like 14 years old for sure, because that was when I first started smoking with Tree, right? And like I had, before I'm rapping about shit that like I'm rapping about shit that I don't even know. I'm not even. It wasn't even nothing I was doing. So it was like, as soon as I started smoking weed, I was like, all I was rapping about was smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like it was weird. It was like I got something to rap about now. You know what I mean? Like because I was, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just one of those things. But yeah, it's like, okay, go on. So you're writing the rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just writing my rhymes. I'm not even in the ciphers at that point, man. I'm just trying to like learn. Like I'm listening to like artists on the radio, and I'm like recording, like rewriting their verses, like record it, and then play it back, and just write every verse so I can see what they're saying and then write it. So I'm like really big on lyrics. Like I know it's like not the biggest thing now.
I miss those days, right? I
love it, man. I love hearing it though.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a renaissance too. Like there's substance coming back. But I mean, like what I do miss is when you used to look in the booklets of the album, right? And like, it would have the lyrics in there. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, he said that. Like I remember Bone Thugs. I'd be like, I got to look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when
it'll be a song you hear like 3 or 4 times, and you always hear something new. Like, oh man, damn, I missed that the first time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it went over my head the first time, and you come back to it, it's like, oh, that's what he said, and it makes the song even tighter, you know.
So during this time, what were the songs?
I'm cool with the shit now. I have fun with this shit now too, but man, but I came up with that, you know what I'm saying? So
during those times, who would you say was like your influence? Like you're like maybe an artist that was out there that you were like, oh shit, this motherfucker made me want to rap.
Big Daddy Kane.
He was hard with the storytelling too.
Oh man, Big Daddy Kane, man. That brother right there, man. When he came out, man, I was like, okay, I got this right here. Because I mean, there's a bunch of dudes I respected, like like I said, Rakim, KRS One. KRS One is still one of my favorite artists, man. We even got to like do an opening for him one time, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, me and Clem, man.
How was he? Was he a cool motherfucker? Was Chris really cool?
Yeah. He's the truth, man.
Because I remember when I used to work for an online magazine back in the days, and like I interviewed everybody. Like, you name them, I interviewed them. Everyone from like Diddy down to Tech Nine, and then all the way down to like local artists like the Jack and Yuck Mouth and shit. And like, bro, like everybody was cool except Diddy. Like Diddy, and like so I was there for the interview, but I remember my boy who ran the company. He was like, I'm doing this one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, no, cool. But like, I was like, I ain't tripping. Like, you know what I mean? I still want to meet the dude, right? So we go, and it's like media day for him. So there's like 5 other reporters there, or publications, and everyone's one by one. And then like, this one dude before us, he took hella long. So now here comes us, and he's like, we're like, hey, what up, man? And I go to shake his hand, and he's like, I don't shake hands. And he's sitting there and they're putting makeup on him. He's like, they're putting makeup on him, and he's like, you guys got 15 minutes.
Shit, like that.
Yeah, but I was like, I mean, it didn't surprise me too, because maybe you know what's funny too is like he's probably a cool ass motherfucker. Just he's probably annoyed. We're the last publication to interview him. He did like 5 in a row. The dude before us took hella long. Okay, and then one more thing, did he? And blah blah blah. And it would go on for like another 10 minutes, and this motherfucker came up, ate up all the time, and then, you know what I mean? So I get that, but I was still like, I still left that shit like, man, fuck Diddy.
Oh man, I'm surprised you didn't even shake hands. That's crazy.
And he was promoting. It's funny too, because as soon as he got into the interview, bro, like it was uncanny. You know, he was like, "I don't shake hands," ooh, like hella stuck up. And then a motherfucker, when we're doing the interview,
I always want to get major, but I don't want to be like that though. I always want to be cool with my people, man. That's how you got there.
You got. I mean, some people's humble. And some people's just cutthroat because he might have made it by stepping on heads. Who knows? But either way, he was like, as soon as he got into the interview though, it was like, hey, what's up? This Diddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was Diddy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's tight. Like, you know what I mean? But then, yeah, I did definitely leave like, he's kind of an asshole. You know what I mean? And he was promoting, and I wanted to be a dick too and be like, man, because it was the first, at the time he was pushing the album Press Play. It was called Press Play.
Okay.
It was his first album that he wrote entirely. You know what I mean? Because he never writes anything. Yeah, and I wanted to be like, bruh, you need to stick with writers, bruh. Like, I wanted to shit on him just because of his demeanor. His demeanor was hella asshole-ish. So I was about to say, yo, your album sucks, bro. let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
That No Way Out album was dope though.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that shit was fucking rock. Like I mean, he had Jay writing for him. He had Lil C's writing. You know, he had some lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, okay, so
that's what I'm saying though. Those cats knew how to tell a story, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I still respect that craft, and when I hear it though, because it's not easy.
It's an art.
It's definitely art, man.
When you're a lyricist, there's definitely pride in, you know, in you being the guy who wrote your own shit. You know what I mean? But like in entertainment, it's different. You know what I mean? In entertainment, it's not like you go. First of all, a lyricist prides himself on it too because you could hear the intellect. You can hear, you know what I mean? There's intelligence to lyricism, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But like you don't go be like Tom Cruise. He's probably a genius. No. He's not writing those roles. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like acting. You know what I mean? It's when someone writes for you. You know what I mean? You might be able to deliver it better than the motherfucker that writes it. So that's what works. I mean.
But we talked about this before because it's not seen the same. I mean, I think it's gradually has been more accepted because other genres do the same thing. You know, they call it songwriting or co-writing. We call it ghostwriting. You know, and it looks down upon, but it's like, but no.
Because they called it ghostwriting because they used to keep that shit a secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was supposed to be original. That was always the fact. Like you had to be the one that wrote it. And don't get me wrong, I had one of the homies like, I'll write for you. Like, no, fam. Like, if I don't get it right, then why am I gonna do it?
Yeah. Okay, so now you're a teenage. You're like around your teenage years right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so Big Daddy Kane was someone that resonated with you and made you want to write, right? When was I mean, obviously there's you have the street ciphers and shit like that, but like who was the individual that you don't ever forget that was the first guy that was like, yo, come into the studio? Like, do you remember that person?
Oh man, well, I want to probably say that's a good one too. That's a good question, to be honest.
It's funny, I hella phrased the question. The person that you can't forget. You know what I mean? The one. Okay, well, do you at least remember the studio? Like, do you remember like your first session? Like, where you actually like, shit, I'm in the booth, and then you're starting to realize.
I'm going to actually, because I've done some house studios. But if I'm gonna say like official, like, yo.
Like they got the SSL boards and then
it's gonna be Clev.
Okay, shout out to Clev. Shout out to Clev.
When I met Clev, it was official.
Man, I got so much love for Clev. I just one more again. We want to shout out our sponsor, man. He's our proud sponsor. You know what I'm saying? He's the founder of Milk and Honey. You know what I'm saying? And one hell of a guy. Okay, so what's that conversation like? He was already rapping too, right?
Yeah, well, he was already like doing his thing, man. He already had a project ready to go. It's called Maze of Life. It's a throwback joint. If y'all ain't never heard it, go look that joint up. Man.
It's called Maze of Life.
Yeah, Maze of Life, man.
I like that.
We were in a whole different genre too at that time. It's still kind of our foundation. It's kind of how Audiblesol was built.
Yes.
So
check this out, Playmakers.
That is the album that built and started the foundation between him and I for Audiblesol. So
I was about to point that out.
I was hyped, man. Yeah, because I was just writing and I was just kind of like trying to find my way, through San Jose, stuff like that. You got other things in life, working with you. You're trying to handle.
Yeah, and Clev Clev's originally from San Ho too, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of was like your liaison, what am I saying? Liaison. That's not even a word. Kind of like a tour guide, kind of initially. Hold on, we lost.
That's what last time I saying, we from the Bay.
Yeah, right.
It's like I'm from the Bay. I'm like, well, half of us is.
Right. Okay, so now this is what like the beginning stages of Audiblesol, right? Because that's you. Is there any other members in Audiblesol, or is it just the duo?
Well, it used to be three of us because we had a DJ. Shout out to DJ Shep, him and his family.
So big up.
Because when I met Clev, he was doing his thing, and we was going to the same church at that time. So
Yep, God is good. Shout out,
yes, sir.
shout out to the man upstairs.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Heavens above, gods and goddesses.
Yeah.
So we meet there. You know, I'm working on some stuff for the church I'm going to, making some music there. Working with another artist at church, and then him and I.
Hey, church
we
is. You know what's crazy is church is low key a cesspool for artistry. Like, yeah, it is though. Dog. Like, you got all these things. Everybody's in the choir, but you know they want to go sing the devil's music. They're like, they would love to be a star. You know what I mean? Like, they would love to. They would love to. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I mean, look at Whitney Houston started in the church, right? You know what I'm saying? The bitch ended up doing cocaine. You know what I'm saying? She was. It's like, hey, I'm just saying though, like, hey, church is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so you're rocking in church. So
he's got a project out. He knows I rap. You know, we have a conversation, and I come on as his hype man. And then we're doing shows, we're touring locally, hitting services, festivals, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, all three of us, it was Chef, myself, and Cleve. We were working so often, and like we just sat down and talked about it. It's like, yo, you come. We didn't even write that down officially in the beginning, which is one of those things. Like, yo, man, you always here, you always show up. You know, you come through. I hadn't wrote any music at that time. I was just like hyping on his material. Then him and I started writing songs together for the shows to kind of, you know, make new segments, you know, so I wasn't just hyping. So
yeah, because I'll tell you this much. I'm so glad that we went on before you guys, because you guys like rock, like you guys are like the ill like kid and play type of I mean, I'm not saying you guys are doing like choreographed shit, but it damn near was. I was like, that shit was. You guys are a hell of a showman. And I'm like, I'm so glad I went on. First, I was faded as fuck. My mic wasn't working. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
That's cloud too, man. When we start stuff, we sit there, because we would sit down. We still do it. We sit down and talk it all out. Like, you know, how do we see a performance? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just, you know, you write it out.
Let's. I think you're
sharing it with the people.
I think you're missing the most important part, and I'm saying this because I'm selfishly saying this because I want to take some kind of credit in it too, right? Well, it's a Sagittarius thing, bro. We see the world different because Cleve's a Sagittarius too. You know, we're all Sagittarius, and like, you know what I'm saying. It's not just a performance to us. You know what I mean? I know when you guys are sitting down, your guys' perspective and your view on things is different. Like, you know, there's layers to everything, and I mean, I love that because I feel like I think that way too. You know what I mean? Because I am a Sagittarius as well.
No, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. We love giving back to, man. Because I ain't gonna front though, man. I remember the first time I tried to give a performance, man. It was hard, bro. I was like stage froze. Like I had to like figure it out. I had to finish it though. But after that though, it was like the best thing, because now it's like I love getting on stage. You know, I love sharing a story. You know, sharing the experience. So. But yeah, when it became official, man, is when I met Club, and you know,
what was
been rocking ever since.
Is this is this out of high school already?
Yeah, man, I'm way way over here by that time, man. Because by the time I got to California,
you're like in your 20s.
Yeah, man, I'm out here in my 20s, and just you rocking with other. I know there's an artist I used to work with, break bread with. His name was Isidore. Yeah, shout out to San Jose. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen that on a flyer before.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to like, do you remember like Capicitos and shit like that back in the day? The Cactus Club. Yep.
Yeah, I used to be in those spots.
Right, I used to be up in there, bro.
Yep. You'd be in all those local spots, man, trying to get that freestyle on, trying to get put on somewhere.
Did you ever used to go to Johnny J's on? I think it was like a Wednesday night or Tuesday night. Like we used to go to, we would go to like Mission Ale House, because that'd be like the $2 Tuesdays, right? And then we would get faded as fuck, and then around midnight, I would go to the goddamn around the corner at the Johnny J's Club, and Johnny J's, bro, they would have like all the MCs from like local MCs was being there, and it would just be fat ciphers, and they had microphones. And I used to go up in there, and back then I was hella ignorant. stupid ass grill with hella diamonds in it and shit. Like I'm rocking my stunners, and I'd go in there and motherfuckers would be like, look at this guy when it's hyphy guy, but you know I'm barred up, and I would just lash on everybody, dog. I was just like, I was a monster, and then like. Bro, like motherfuckers started, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this kid, he ain't just some kid that comes through with hella chains on, and like, cause I'm a dope dealer. I was a dope dealer. I'm like, yo, I'm out here stunting on them. But it was like, I got bars though, you know what I mean? Like, I had an appreciation for the culture, you know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't a backpacker, you know what I mean? Quote unquote, you know what I mean? But that's the type of music I dug too, you know what I mean? Like,
no, that's real talk, that's real spit. But same thing, man. And when I was out here, that's something I was doing, so.
Because you know what, too? The hip-hop scene out here was great. If you were a backpacker and you liked that shit, like, there was a scene over here. Like,
There used to be tunes, I want to say. They used to do spots. They used to do shows, stuff like that there, too. Yep. So we would do local shows and do performances in spots, man. So that was a dope time, man. So, you know. Yeah,
because I'll say this much. The hyphy era, right? The hyphy era, those underground artists in the hyphy era fucked it up for everybody doing shows out here because they would bring hell yeah. I mean, I was a part of that. I could say I contributed to that where like, you know, we're throwing shows and the crowds that we bring out are fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I know we had a lot more venues to like really
to choose
let
from.
Loose. We don't have as many now.
Mm-mm. Not at all. And San Jose, I mean, before this Corona shit, we were one of the premier party spots downtown. You know what I mean? Like downtown San Jose, you know, motherfuckers come from everywhere to party, and like there used to be so many venues, and then if you didn't mind, you know, doing a Sunday night or a Monday night, those off nights, they would let you throw shows.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, they used to be popping during the week. Now it's
fuck
like,
yeah,
motherfuckers don't be coming out that much no more.
Before children, bro, I realized how much of a downtown rat I was, bro. I was just out there like 4 or 5 nights a week for real, like, and you know we was getting money, so we go out, you know what I'm saying, like, and party every night, and like, you know, to me it was just like I remember my pops, he would be like, you're always, you know, coming home late. I had the studio at the crib. I'd bring bitches to the studio and shit, and bring the club back basically, and like, you know, my dad would be like, this is not, you know, my dad smoked, so he would come out and burn with us, you know, have a drink with us, but then he'd be like, all you guys do is party, man, where's the music? And I'd be like, Dad, this is part of how you get the music. You gotta live a little, you know what I mean? Like, unless I'm gonna be out here just fabricating and telling stories, like, looking out the window, like, all right.
Oh, man, you ain't lying. I can't wait till y'all hear that new shit that's coming out, man, from Prime, man. That track called Body. Woo!
Yeah, that's the new joint coming up. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now because now you get me to remind me about the timeline. Okay, so now we're on. So now we're recording music. Now Audiblesol's popping. You know what I mean? But were you guys already working with DJ Ready Rock by that time?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like an unofficial honorary member of AudibleSol, right?
That's family, man. That's family, bro. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, really just gotta say when and where.
You know what's funny is the first time I met him, he was, I mean, obviously he's a you know, a renowned producer, like for real, right?
He's chill as fuck, man. He's
one
of my favorite people.
And like, you know, it's funny because, you know, when I looked up his shit, like, yo, he really selling beats, like, really, like, you know what I mean? And like, and then like, it's crazy because I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize the magnitude because he produced a couple tracks on me and Herb's last joint.
He's got catalog.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, like he just, because you know, like,
shout out to Ready Rock. DJ Ready Rock.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Ready Rock. Yeah, he's dope as fuck. You know what I mean? Okay, so you guys are working with Ready Rock, and you know what I'm saying, and then you know you're doing local shows. You know what I'm saying? So by this time, when did HMNG come into picture? Like when did you guys? Because I know Clev goes back with P, but I know you go back with P too. Not by this point, but
same time. Really well, maybe. P and Clev probably go back further than I do, actually. But I've known P for a minute. But I remember we did a set one time. We went down to LA.
Yeah, okay, this is during his time in LA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, that was dope. That was one of the dopest weekends, man.
That's so tight.
Man, yeah, we went down with this group called Aria. And then Clever myself, Punky, a couple artists, man, worked in the studio, man. It was one of the joints that Eminem worked in. You know, man, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because what's his name? Ren. Shout out to Prime and Ren. But yeah,
Yes,
Ren
sir.
Doggy.
Yeah, Ren
That's
Dog.
right.
Yeah.
So check this out, Playmakers. Ren, he actually was one of the engineers that worked on, what was it, the Shady LP, or was it the Marshall Mathers?
Ooh, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, but he definitely worked under Dre's tutelage, and
Yes, sir.
and it's dope because knowing Ren,
Shout out to B45.
yeah, recognize this, Playmakers. The 6th degree of separation is real, and I know Emmett. Yeah, that's our connection to M. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Okay, so go on. So you guys are in LA. You're rocking in LA.
Yeah. So we putting some music together, rocking some joints, man. Had a dope weekend. Went down, came back. We were actually with a production company of sorts. I'm not gonna say their name because they don't give them no shine because they left us hanging. So
yeah, they ain't trying to get no money neither. You know what I'm saying?
But they know
fuck
who
them.
they is. They know who they is.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
all
them.
right,
If you and you know what, they will hear this. You know what I'm saying?
man.
And when you hear this, you know what I'm saying, you will grit your wisdom teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Clay was like, nah, fuck it, we gonna put this out. And that's what it was. So, you know, he put a plan together, we executed it. He made up, you know, Chestnut Checkers, and then boom, first album, he put it out. Boom, been grinding ever since. And then we got the second joint together. And now it just kept evolving. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got one more project. Well, we got several more projects. We don't have just one, but we got this trilogy that we've been building. So the third installment is about to come on before we transition on to some new shit that's coming out for everybody. So shout out to my man.
I'm excited. So there's a new Audiblesol project.
Sundown Charlie, he coming for y'all.
Yeah. I love the aliases too.
Yeah. So get ready for the next chapter on that shit. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is Church is that one of the songs that's gonna be off this new project? Cause
yeah. Well,
or is that just kind of like a
there's crossroads for new material because there's projects that's strictly Audiblesol and there's projects that's like Sundown Charlie and Mr. Epik. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like one part that's the thing about Audiblesol. The name itself, it allows us to kind of just speak on any topic and kind of just engage in any arena. You know what I'm saying? Because Audible is that you speak and so is your being. So
I love that.
We changed the spelling on it, so SOL is sun. But for us, it was SOUL. That's truly the name of it. But we spelled it differently to kind of, you know, want somebody else had the other name. Let's just be real.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
So we flipped it to make it look like it is, and that's who we are.
See, and I was always Bogard, right? Because I be Bogard and shit, right? And then you know what I'm saying, like
I've had several names.
Yeah, right, and
I still rock to them. If you know me, you know me about a few of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's a Sagittarius thing too. You know what I mean? Like, all right, like one of my aliases is I mean, first of all, I've always been Bogard, right? And you know, obviously music was, you know, off some street shit, and then like, you know, when I got older and, you know, quote unquote got away with things, like, you know, I was kind of a different person. Like I got away scot-free, and then it just became like, you know, yes. And then, but see, I bring this up because the scot-free name, it kind of allowed me to like do some, you know, some more creative shit. Not just box myself in with this, you know, with Bogard just always talking about dope dealing and the street shit and hustling, and you know what I mean? Like, granted, that's all I want to do though, is make like ignorant dope dealer music. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to like, there was more to me. There was more to me. So it's like the scot-free.
No, we gotta get on. We gotta get on one. We gotta get on one. You and me.
I know we do, man. And, and it's so crazy because with the Corona shit going on, like,
I know, right?
I'm like, dude, at least I got a studio at the crib. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, you could just send me joints. I'll lay my verse. I'll send the audio. You know what I mean? Like, we can work like that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you know. But okay, so now I'm veering off. Oh, okay. One more alias of myself. I used to call myself Fletcher Reed, you know what I'm saying? Because I was the cold truth. And Fletcher Reed Fletcher Reed was the name of Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. You know what I'm saying? Because he just couldn't. He was just the truth. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So I was Fletcher Reed. You know what I mean? But so shout out to Jim Carrey. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. So you know what I'm saying? So you right now, Audiblesol.
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I'm saying? As an entity, it allows you guys to project these different. I don't want to say versions, but these different layers of your artistry.
Yeah. You know, because we always knew that we didn't want to be trapped in the box. You know what I'm saying? So we had some real Christian faith, raps going out for a while. You know what I'm saying? And we just wanted to be able to, like, depending where we are in our life, be able to speak from that point. Because, we're at that time, that's where we were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as you go through things, hey, you're going to speak on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the same I was 2 or 3 years ago. So we wanted that freedom. So that's what the name we felt gave that to us. So
Audiblesol. And it's a double entendre. You know what I mean? Because it's the soul that you. It's like synesthesia. It's from one sensory perception to the next. It's an audible soul. It's a vibe. It's a vibe that you can feel. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, sir.
you get what I'm saying? With synesthesia, one sensory perception to the next. It's kind of like when they say smell is the strongest sense tied to memory. You know what I mean? Like you might smell a fragrance that of some broad you used to hit, and then it'll take you back. Or like you catch you might be walking down the street and you smell some cooking in there, and it reminds you of mom's cooking or something. You know what I mean? Like and that's a perfect example of synesthesia. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. You know what I'm saying? The name Audiblesol, because it's synesthesia. It's music that's gonna make you feel some soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I prefer and love the music that we make together. We both working on different things right now, so he's got music coming out, some dope shit too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan too. Like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, that's a cold cut, man. He had a couple minutes. He sent me stuff. I'm like, oh shit.
You know what's dope about this show? Right?
I gotta make sure my next one's a little better. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's where we are right now. Like, all right, that's bet. I love it, man. That's my man. I love that. It's just that iron sharpen iron shit. So I always love when we work together with someone on a project.
I like that. So. You hear that, Playmakers? That's a key. That's a key right there. That's some ism. Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, all that shit. You can't cut diamonds without using diamond tip tools. So you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just keep. In other words, surround yourself with like-minded individuals.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and in this case, you know what I mean. I appreciate the dynamic duo, and that is Sundance Charlie and motherfucking Mr. Epik. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know what's dope about this show is like for example, the very first episode, it was my man's West Side Mo. You know what I'm saying? He a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But he part of this crew that I've been fucking with for years. But he's one of the younger cats, so I saw him grow up.
Mo was good.
Yep. And then the next episode, I got on a kid who's the produces most of his shit, and produced a lot of my shit too. So I was like, now this episode is a precursor to I'm getting Clev on next. We already got it scheduled. See what I'm saying? So we get
solid.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and then so a lot of these stories that you're referencing, I'll be able to use them as a reference when I talk to him. You know what I mean? So I'm loving the trickle down effect. You feel me? All right, hey.
Glad we having stories like, yo, don't do me too bad, right?
Okay, all right. Tell me a funny ass Clev story. Like, tell me a story.
Ooh,
Tell me a story like maybe when you guys were out touring or some shit. Give me a good one. Give me.
Oh man,
he won't hear this. You feel me?
Oh man, something funny, man.
Cause Clev liked the party too.
Clev is just. I mean, you see it, man. Clev is funny, man.
Yeah, he is.
Like if you don't see, you probably catch him on the Instagram. Like that's some of the best stuff right there, man.
Yeah,
especially when Punk is recording them, man. He be in his zone. That's some of the best stuff right there, man. You just see him on Instagram like the other day, which was on IG, and the way he was just like describing the song that we're working on with Cell. Shout out to Cell One.
Oh yeah, I heard that joint. That shit's hot.
Yeah, appreciate that. So and how the way he was describing the whole moment. So just how tantric works and love making, and just jumping Dr. Science on that. So I mean, just follow us on Instagram, man. Clever, you put it out there, man. I don't even know where to start. So much stuff, man. The boys is comedy though. But
hey, you know what's funny is like, but it's crazy because people are gonna hear this, right? So it's like I know you're kind of dancing around it because it's like, damn, we can't really put too much out there like that. Like, bro, I want to talk about like I'm happy for bro. I love statute of limitation. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to stories, like there is no statute of limitation. You know what I mean? Like I mean, like legally, I like statute of limitation because I can talk about me being a dope dealer back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? It's not alleged. But there's a statute of limitation where I can talk about it because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to fuck myself up now, right? But yeah, certain stories, like, you know what though? It's funny because I'll tell you this much, I don't think Clev's gonna have no problem telling a story about you.
I will say one of the stories, one of the dopest things was we actually did a show down in LA at CBS Studios. It's like one of the dopest weekends where they did their whole red carpet and shit. We flew down, hotel, the whole bit. You know what I'm saying? Full lit show, full lit production, man. We had dancers, man. We had props and shit, man. Lights.
You guys had booty dancers?
Yes,
tell me they're booty dancers.
Yeah, that's just on one too, fam. Yeah, it's a video too, fam. We got a whole little joint, man. The Bangy Baby joint.
Why am I not aware of this?
Yeah, you should see it.
Now, listen. Now I want dancers.
Yeah.
I want dancers. I want pyro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about this.
So we out there, man. We rocking, man. We like, we get all fitted and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For that time period, shades on. Trying to have a little bling on for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We popping bottles, man. They feeding us. We getting cocktails, man. We ain't paying for shit, man. It was like that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. It's like one of those moments you're like, oh, this is what like.
This is what it's like.
This is the fun you want like every freaking day. You know what I'm saying? While you're out here grinding, writing these songs, feeling these feelings. You know what I'm saying? Making this hustle, trying to, network and shit, trying to get something to pop off. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get those streams moving. You know what I'm saying? Revenue streams as well. So. Yeah, that was like one of the dopest films, man. So we out there, man. We performing, man, and we just like in a zone, man. Clubbing out, we just like killing it, like
that symbiotic relationship right there.
Yeah, man. It's like one of the dopest films, one of the dopest shows I think we had ever done, man. And all we keep doing, just like, all right, we like.
So that's the standard. Every time you guys are performing, when you guys are thinking about a performance, you're like, yo, it needs to be like ill, like that joint.
Yeah. We totally look at it like that too. We look at if we ever record stuff, like for a long time we used to record it just to watch take to see what we did wrong.
Can I ask you a question? Because this is not even asking for a friend. This is for me, right? Because I am a Sagittarius. Like for example, I just went on live. I go on live every Friday. Shameless plug on the Rum Boys Fantasy Network on YouTube every Friday night. You see your boy Bogard Scott-Free talking that fantasy. Yeah, shout out to the Rum Boys. Shout out to Rum Boy Robbie. Shout out to Clock Management. All them Miles, all the motherfuckers. J Love, big up, right? But is it a Sagittarius thing where I review my shit like it's film? You know what I mean? Like I'm watching my shit. Like I'm watching for me because I'm like I want to see, I'm trying to perfect my craft. Like or even like when I've honed. I like to believe I've honed my skills in the studio where like when I leave, I know whatever I recorded, that's him, because I won't get out the booth, right? When I get out the booth, that's him, and I know we work with such phenomenal engineers that like I already know. Like I'll go home, live with the song for a day, and I already know what needs to be done, right? And I'll text Pride.
So you'll go back and re-record it.
No. I'll go back and I'll go back and I have adjustments. Turn this up a little bit. You know what I mean? Do it up. I'll have a laundry list, like a to-do list. You know what I mean? Because my part is already done. Once I record it, it's funny because me and Pete were laughing about this. He was like, I don't think I've ever seen you re-record shit. And I was like, nah, I'll be in there stumbling over the same bar 30 times before I get it. But once I get it, I'm like, that's him. You know what I mean? It's like, because I'm the type, like, if I get a time, then this is when I'm on the spot. Like, if I get time to sit and live with some shit, you know what I mean? Like some shit I'm working on right now. I got stupid, intricate bars, you know, and I've been writing it for like 3 weeks. I just keep coming back to it and and I haven't laid it down yet. Because as soon as I get in there, I know I'm not, like, for example, I used to nitpick myself with like spitting the whole thing all the way through. Now it's like, now when I write, I already know, like, all right, I'm probably gonna punch in right here. I'm gonna put, you know what I mean? Because I leave, and in my rap style, I leave little gaps sometimes to put an ad lib. So it's like I can hide the punch-ins. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? Or I'll even say I'm writing something intricate, and like I'll be like, okay, I gotta take a breath right here. You know what I mean? Like I'll be practicing it so goddamn much that when because I literally don't write. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy too because
for real?
Yeah, I don't write like, you know, anything down. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know what's crazy? Yeah, because me and you, we have yet to work together in the lab. I mean, we've been doing the podcast together and shit like that, but like we haven't like worked in the lab. Like, bro, I'm a madman. I get in there, I do my little pasting. And then what's crazy is like I didn't see that Black Album documentary till like 10 years after it came out. And because somebody, my boy Pootie, shout out to Pootie, he's like, man, you trying to be like Jay-Z? And I'm like, hell yeah. And then I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like, but I didn't get what he meant. I thought he just meant like, fuck yeah, I'm trying to be like the GOAT. You know what I mean? But then he showed me this Black Album shit, the documentary, and like, where he just be like, you know, in his zone, and he writes in his head. And I was like, yeah, because see, I used to write things on paper, but like, I didn't like my earlier work because I sounded like I was reading it. You know what I mean? Like. Then when I started to memorize, so I would memorize my verses. Then I'd be able to play with them. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Right, but then that just turned into like I'm just writing in my head. You know what I mean? And it's a repetition thing.
That's dope because I can't remember shit like that. Otherwise, I would do it.
What's crazy is,
but I know what you mean though, because I can always tell when I'm reading it. Like the night that we were doing that last joint, the first couple of times I could hear the choppiness like I was reading it, so I hadn't like totally internalized it. But then because it was like such a move, like we gotta get done, move night. Like the more I kept doing it, and the faster we kept doing it, the more frequently I kept doing it, the more fluent it became. You know, so by the first time we did it, I was like, all right, cool, I got it for the night. Then I took it home, spent like 2 days with it, tightened it up. Went back in, respit the whole thing.
You know what's dope is I'm aware of all this you're saying right now because we're all in that thread. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, I'm, even though it's none of my business, I hear like, oh, okay, boom, he's booking a session. Okay, cool, he's gonna come back and do that verse. I love that.
It is all our business. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You're right because that's part that motivates me, to be honest. I'm like, damn, I need to get working. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. Like,
that's what we say, man. We got projects to get done, man. So I'm trying to I don't know. It's funny because I think the live studio sessions, like when we go in and like spend the evening just like knocking them out, I think they come out better that way. The last couple times we've done it, man, that seems to be the way to really crank it out. So taking it home seems to kind of delay it. So like the Friday night session should be the nice, like, yo, let's go in and like. With a track and then just like beat that block right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Just every Friday. So it's like every week we turning out some new shit.
Yeah, like when I get in the studio when I get in with Irv, right?
Do that shit.
Like Irv, like we always knock tracks. Yeah, shout out to Block. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because he writes so goddamn fast, right? And like,
really?
Yeah, and then he lays it down. So all the while I'm writing in my head and I'm drinking. And bro, like when I tell you like I'm trying to remember my shit, it's crazy. Like even like I'd be on my Snapchat. No, because I would be faded by the time it's my turn to jump in the booth, right? I jump in the booth and I'm like, bro, like, and, you know, luckily I be punching in and out, so it's like, but I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to remember, cause you know, I'll come up with like a one-liner and then I'll build around it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, cause you know, I like witty bars, so it's like
that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, but I love the on-the-spot shit because it's a dying art form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the industry, most people when they collab, they just send shit back and forth. Like, but you know, there's nothing like being in the lab with the motherfucker that, and you could be able to pick up that energy. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd rather just go in the booth, like, just like. In fact, I did a joint that's gonna be coming out, and the whole first 16 is freestyle. That's all I did. And people was like, "Yo, did you write that?" I'm like, "No, dude. I was just like, because I was doing a mic check, man, and I just got caught. Just all listen to the track and just went off." And he was just like, "What?" I was like, "Hey," and we just kept knocking it out, man. So that joint's coming.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, but sometimes that'd be the mood I want to be in. Like, I just want to come in, just really chill, relax, vibe out to the track, and just go in and just shoot, just rapid fire and see what comes out. Versus necessarily always write it down, which I'll do, because I still write, because I want to see it, I want to tweak it. I just kind of like,
the aesthetics of it all.
Yeah, exactly. So it's.
Yeah, I'm a madman.
You do it though. I really would have that.
I'm a fucking madman.
That's a skill. That's a dope skill.
I always said the irony, and I think I even said this on one of our podcasts, is that like, because I remember Prime was like, "How the fuck do you just know all this shit, like random shit?" And I'm like, "Well,
Shout to Mark Price.
Yeah, shout to Mark Price too. But I'm just an idiot savant. I like going down different rabbit holes and learning about different shit. Like, you know what I mean? And then. The ultimate irony is my memory's probably so ill, like a goddamn elephant, but because of the fucking irony is that Alzheimer's runs in my family like crazy. So I just feel like one day one day it's gonna be that sweet irony where like I had a fantastic memory all my life because one day it's gonna come down crashing. You know what I'm saying? But I accept it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing too. Like with my music, like when I started to have children, I started to look at my music like, okay, they'll if my kids were to listen to this shit, they'll be able to know their pops. You know what I'm saying? Like these different sides of him. But I'm like, I want my music to be able to reflect like where the listeners could know like me in general. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I think that, and I love it that I used to say rap was a young man's sport because I was a young man, you know what I mean? But like, I like the shit I'm doing now, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a grown man, you know what I mean? Like, I love the shit I'm doing now versus like, you know what I mean? Like, because the perspective is real and I've lived more life, like, you know what I mean? Like, I could hear some of these youngsters and I could tell if they really live their life or if they're just jazzing, you know what I mean? Because let's be real, like dope Dylan trap music it's a genre. So like you got white kids from the suburbs, you know what I mean? They're talking about selling Percocets because you know what I mean. They got scripts and shit and like that's dope Dylan. You know what I mean? Like that's you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just crazy. Like because it's also a fad because then there's the white kids and it's just a fad. Like motherfuckers is doing it because they think it's tight. You know what I mean? Like real dope dealers ain't gonna be on no fucking Instagram showing their money, or they ain't gonna be on, you know what I mean, talking about hit me up, I got it.
You hope not. You never know, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Because there is some fucking idiots in this. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
And I wanna, all you playmakers out there that's making plays, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. Just know that don't be posting that shit on the gram piece because them boys is watching. Them boys is watching, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be snitching on yourself.
We're gonna boo the boys. Boo them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Jamaican horse for the boys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so
good shit.
So now we're kind of in the present day, right?
Right.
So now tell me. I know you already touched on it a little bit, but tell me about what Audiblesol got coming. Tell me about what Mr. Epik as a solo artist got coming. You know what I mean? Like, what should the Playmakers be looking out for?
Well, it's Mr. Epik, MISTA EPIK. So, holla at your man. We got this new joint coming out, Body, Cell One, myself.
Hey, that's his. Is that one of his handles or is that his actual name, Bobby?
Say what?
Is Bobby is one of his aliases?
No disrespect.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was about to say I'm about to start calling him Bobby and Chuck. I'm calling him Chuck. Hey, you know what? People that's named Charlie, or they don't like being called Chuck. And people that's named Larry, they don't like being called Larry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I noticed this.
Yeah.
Or Lawrence. People that's named Lawrence, they don't want to be called Larry. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that was random.
I got at least 2 more joints coming out right now. One joint called Sometimes, the next joint Wet.
Yep, you also got Drip out. One of your solo tracks. Yep, check out Drip. That's by Mista Epik that's on all streaming platforms. Matter of fact, I want you know what I'm saying. What I'm gonna be doing on the gram too is when I'm posting these episodes, I'm also gonna be posting some of your music. So you know what I mean. If you got any preferences, let me know. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking about throwing on Drip because that's the slap. You know what I mean? But then, but you know what I mean. If you got one that you know what I mean that you want like the Playmakers to hear specifically. You know what I mean? Shoot it my way.
I'll shoot you. Yeah. No, go with that for now, and I'll shoot you a new one too.
Yeah. No, okay. So now, you know what I'm saying? I want to ask you some questions about like what you would tell these artists, like, you know what I'm saying? Being an artist yourself, like what's some advice that you would tell an artist, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like his what's the word? Like promoting himself and putting himself, like getting himself out there. Like what's your piece of advice, you know, that you found in this day and age, because you're doing the same.
You got to do you know.
Individuality is important.
Yeah, it really is. You know what I'm saying? You're basically your brand, how you want to sell yourself. You know, don't tell nobody to. Don't listen to nobody tell you not to do what you feel is right for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, some people are really good with Instagram, with the photos, you know. And you got people people who got like other friends who follow them and help them with pictures and take good shots. So, you know, that constant of creativity, like you were saying earlier, just promoting yourself and constantly being in everybody's face and just, you know, not an overbearing way, but just putting yourself out there. So, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing your networking, you know, just keep putting your material together. You know what I'm saying? You just don't quit. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just keep trying to put shows on, keep trying to go places so people hear your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
So let's go run down the checklist, Playmakers. Remember, individuality is key. Grinding your brand is key. Right?
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? What was that last thing? You just said something else, Fly. Invest in yourself. Boom. You know what people don't know about T.I. is that, you know, they call him Tip because, you know, his original rap name is Tip.
Salute.
And Tip it's an acronym, total investment plan, because he has a background in real estate. Like he had M's building, like he used to build houses. Him and his uncle, like they built these houses.
I think they still do.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, so he had money before rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had, and here's the thing: is like
he's smart, man.
TIP is the key. It's total investment plan. Like when you're up and coming and you're getting a little bag, keep putting it to the craft, because the craft is priceless. And the irony of your craft being priceless is that you got to spend all your money to promote this motherfucker. Sometimes you gotta invest in yourself. Sometimes you gotta pay for the studio time. Sometimes you gotta pay for some beats.
Maybe somebody would love to work with, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And check this out, Playmakers. Don't be trying to get no goddamn handouts. You know what I'm saying? You out there hustling, get that bag and go and spend it on your craft. You know what I'm saying? And don't be trying to get the jug, because when you try to get the jug, like say you trying to get the jug on studio time, you might get the jug quality. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers is working hard. Pay them what they're worth, and especially if you want quality. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how we started the show, right? That was another key word, quality. You know what I'm saying?
Don't look at it. Yeah, you can. If it helps them, don't look at it like you paying them. Look at it like you're investing in yourself.
Exactly. But also, you know what I'm saying? You get now you're helping the next man feed his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an ultimate believer in all kind of karmas. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? Like Pay people for the skill set that you don't have because you might need that. You might need that motherfucker. If you're just a rapper, you need the engineer. If you're just a rapper, you need the producer. These are all symbiotic relationships. Same way a rapper talking about getting all this money. You know what I'm saying? You know, those type of rappers, bro. You know what I mean? Hope you're getting all that money and you're reinvesting in yourself so you can really get this real money and maybe buy your mom's a crib or some shit. Something that's real. You know what I mean? Something that's isn't that the dream? Try to get this rap music, get this rap money, and buy mom's a house.
Don't be hating. Don't hate, man. Build with your people, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't like a cat, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Enough respect, man. But for the most part, man, don't be hating on them. Don't be hating on them. I'm saying it's better to build together, man. I'm saying to march alone. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right, like, and that's another thing too. I've found doing this because a shout out to my man Guru. We do the real fantasy playmakers, right? So that's
shout out to Guru.
Right. So this is the brother show, Playmaker AF, right? Like, we talk about fantasy football in the other one. In this one, we talk about motherfuckers really making plays in life to better themselves. Like, I wanted this to be on some inspirational shit. Like, that's why I be pointing out these key words. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the key words in one of the other shows that came up was humility. You know what I mean? And in this one, we took, even though you didn't say it verbatim, you know what I mean? What you were saying is about individuality. You know what I mean? Like, be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, because, because you don't want, if you might copy the next man or ride another wave. And here's the thing is that's like part of the culture these days. They're okay with this. Right? And me personally, I don't dig that, but it's because it's like, hey, what the next man did might have worked for him, but you know what I mean? That's because it worked for him. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta find your own way, and hey, if you're still trying to find your way, just continue to keep, turning over them stones. Don't leave any stone unturned. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you stay on it, it'll pop. I mean, I'm a strong believer in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely get out what you put in. And that's why I'm never complacent when it comes to my music or like a lot. Like, I'm from San Jose. Motherfuckers know, everyone in San Jose knows me from my music, but it doesn't go outside of that. But I'm fine with that because at one point I chose to put my time in my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my favorite rappers, they were piece of shit fathers at one point because they were doing their rap thing. Then when they got the big bag, they wanted to be a father. It's kind of like every football player. They're like, "Oh, I'm retiring because I want to be."
But that's a huge thing, though, man. It is a sacrifice. You have to choose.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I can't fault them. It's a choice.
And bro, it's going to be sacrificed. When I look at my kids, they're fucking great because you're getting out what you put in. And maybe that might sound wrong talking about my kids, right? But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I feel you. I made the same choice as you.
Bud Light, give me money. I'm like, hold on. After I hurt myself, I'm like, that didn't sound right. But yeah, I chose to invest my time with my children. Like, I used to take constant LA trips because, in our time, see, nowadays, kids, they could sit right at home and pump. They could be, see, that sounded wrong too. You know what I mean? They could promote. They could fucking have Bud Light, give me money. They could goddamn promote from home because of social media and all this shit. Like, when we were coming up, bro, motherfuckers had to make LA trips and go to where the labels were at. We had to have sit downs and, like, you know what I mean? You had to do shows and hit showcases. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where, like, and you really had to network, shake hands physically. And nowadays, it's kind of crazy with this Corona climate, and it kind of forcing me, like, all right, hey, I can't really be out there right now. Let me just utilize this shit I got on my hip. Like, I found doing the fantasy show, this is the point I was trying to bring up, and I kind of veered off like I be doing. But, like, I was bringing up, like, doing this fantasy shit. It ain't nothing to hit a motherfucker up and be like, bro, you want to come on my show? And you're like, yeah, hell yeah. These motherfuckers, it's nothing. These motherfuckers are with it. Like, in the rap game, I couldn't ask the next motherfucker to just jump on my track. Because, right? Because first of all, there's a level of ego. If a motherfucker is not that cool, he might not, or like he got a wave going, he might think when you're reaching out, especially motherfuckers I knew for a while. Like, if I knew a motherfucker for a while and he's been making music and then he starts to pop, now I'm hitting him up. That's some dick riding shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, now you want to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? But like, And see, maybe it wasn't even like that. Maybe that was just my own ego, like, you know what I mean, and pride. You know what I'm saying? But I found that doing this fantasy shit, it's you know what I mean, it's no problem. Motherfuckers like to collaborate. But now I'm trying now, and it's even with this, it's even more easier because artists are egotistical, and I love it because I am as well. Like we love talking about ourselves. We love having some kind of, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that that's your sole reason for being on here. Like I'm actually touting all the features. You know what I mean? Like you were the first one I thought of out of the crew. I was like, yo, mind you, because I'm selfishly, I like to claim the fame that we have the same birthday. That's why we're so ill. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, we have the same birthday. No wonder he's tight. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I knew like if I can get you down, you know what I'm saying? That, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm using everything as precursors. Like this is the precursor to working with Clev next, who's been blessing me, sponsoring the show too. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, and then like, you know, after Cleb, I want to get Prime, and I want to and Mark Price, and you know what I mean, like, and Cell One, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, because motherfuckers need to get their shine individually. Like, people hear them when y'all go check out Mr. Epik's music. You know, you'll have if you're checking out his music, you know, after the fact, hearing this interview, you know what I'm saying, you might hear the music now and be like, yeah, okay, and have some idea of because you are a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? You started you were born in the East Coast. You moved all throughout the Midwest. Then you eventually land in Cali. You know what I'm saying? You link with your brothers that are still your brothers till this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like moving to Cali for you musically was what that's where music took you. If you want to think about it, like music found you here. Like you know what I'm saying? You were fucking around busting raps and shit and doing all that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then like when you came out here to Cali, that's when it was like, all right, we're in the ball game now. You know what I mean? We recording. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Because look, and that's the thing too is, man, like artists these days, playmakers
trying to build a catalog.
Yeah, and I for one appreciate a catalog more than a single. Sometimes a single, it might get me to check out someone's catalog, but like, you know, like my album, I hated it because like I sat on it till I had like something that I could consider like a single, right? When really it was like I love this body of work that I just wanted, you know what I mean? Like that single kind of. It could go without that, really. I can still put this body of work out, and I like, but it requires something that is that you know is BPM friendly to like everything that's in the mix. You know what I mean? Like I had to consciously think about something like, okay, so I can maybe get in the mix, like so motherfuckers, or even motherfuckers that just rocking to a certain BPM these days. You know what I mean? Like, you know, come on, you know, for the 90s, you had like, you know, everything was in the 80 and 90s BPM. And even sometimes even in the early hundreds. And then now it's like motherfuckers is going like 164 because it's double timed. So it's really like 80, but it's they put the BPMs at double because they got so they can get in on the grid and get intricate with the little hi-hats and you know what I mean? Like it's it's interesting seeing the evolution of rap and hip hop, you know what I mean? Like your background is a house background. I would have never known that, you know what I mean? Like I would have figured you to be like, you know, like a straight up like gritty hip hop, you know what I mean? Like it made sense when you said like
that is still my preference though.
Yeah,
that is my preference now.
Definitely.
Like that really is my preference. Like if I'm ever out and about, that's my rapper choice. I always like that East Coast New York, like Mobb Deep, Guru, KRS, you know, Biggie Smalls, you know, who else, man?
Bro, you know who's ill?
Onyx. I mean,
Onyx
shit,
is
man.
hard too. Yeah, man, fuck
got some throwback shit. New kids out there, man. Dang, what's that one kid too, man? He did that Brooklyn joint. He's dope as fuck. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Oh, you talking about nowadays?
Yeah.
Is it Joey Badass?
Oh, he's dope too.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn. Yeah, because he reminds me of like a golden era kid. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. He's dope. Yeah, there's a few kids cats right now. He's pretty badass though. But so yeah, so I do. I like that. But that's the kind of beats I like too. So A lot of times I'll hear that and I'll just go and I'll just start, my mind just like lets loose. And so it's like rapid fire versus other stuff where I'm like, I can pause it a little bit and think about it more. So it just depends. So, but yeah, that's where I want to go with my next few joints. So I got one more to finish up. So I'll have 3 ready to go and, get the cover art, get it out, get it recorded. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully get some merch put together.
Yeah.
To match some of the shit, you know what I'm saying? So, there's work to do.
How are you dealing with this corona climate confinement?
So
because I know you're a traveling man for work. Like, I know you by day, you work in what'd you say, legals?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so because I always even when we're doing a podcast, all you guys are you guys all do it wiggling pretty tough. So like between me, you and Mark, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because you guys are always somewhere. You guys are always in another state. Like, so now work is complete. Obviously, they restricted travel.
Yeah, quarantine in the crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just been watch movies, chilling, trying to read some books.
Nice. What you fucking with?
I got this high performance habits.
Ooh, okay.
Trying to dive into that a little bit.
I just I went through. I like Audible books. Pun intended, right? We got an Audiblesol member, right? I love Audible.com, and like I just went through the human machine or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's like it's this English dude. He wrote this book about like how like the mind and the body is like a machine, and like like just our everyday motions, and it's interesting. It's a good read or listen in this case, right? And then also I also recently revisited The Art of War because I just feel like I've applied a lot of those methodologies or whatever. Or philosophies. There you go. I've applied a lot of those to my life because I spent a lot of my life doing underworld shit. You know what I mean? Where it was like, you know what I mean, or even just like everything's just a game of chess. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like it's your one move that you make here is because it's a precursor to these next 3 moves. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love The Art of War because they got some isms in there. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm gonna check out. What's that one you was fucking with?
High performance habits.
High performance habits. See, I already the motherfucking the alliterations with the H's already got me. I'm like, I need to fuck with that in this corona climate confinement. You know what I mean?
HPH.
Right? You feel me? Check my HPH levels. I know, right?
I got the HPH.
Is that, what is that? It's like a fucking, it sounds like a disease. Huh? It sounds like something you don't want. Right? That's funny. So tell me this much. So have you found yourself turning up just a little bit more since you're posting at the crib a lot? Like, have you been putting the foot up on things with the Captain Morgan going on? He's putting his foot up real tough. Huh? He's like,
right?
I'm hella savoring this last beer too. I'm like, this is my last beer. I'm like, because I don't even like stepping out, bro. Okay, here I have a story. So yesterday morning, I wake up.
You can't order it now.
Oh yeah, word.
Yeah, it will deliver. So.
And see, here's the thing: is like my OCD is so crazy because I don't know where those people have been, right, to touch my stuff and bring it to me. So check this out. Yesterday morning, I wake up. I live about like a 5-minute walk from the nearest liquor store, right? And I wake up in the morning. I'm like, okay, cool. It's hella early. There's probably nothing but homeless people out. I'm gonna truck it to the liquor store because the joint around the corner for me. I know it opens up like at 10 in the morning. It was like 10:01, right? I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, yeah. So I grab my mask. I grab some gloves. I grab a sandy wipe, put it in my fucking jacket pocket. I'm trucking it. I got my stunners on, my hood. I look crazy because I'm like, cool. At least I got that going. So motherfuckers won't, you know what I mean? But it was crazy because when motherfuckers are starting to pass me by, right? Like there was people out walking their dog and shit. Bro, I must have did like a triple jump, like a motherfucking Olympic fucking gold medalist every time. Like just boop, boop, boop. You know what I mean? Because them motherfuckers, I was just like, I don't even want to breathe people's air. You know what I'm saying? I'm so OCD. The wind is blowing. I'm like, damn it. they're walking towards me, and the wind is coming our way. Like whatever, if they got corona, it's gonna jump through the air and ride that wind and hit me. You know what I mean? Then I get to the motherfucking. I get to the liquor store. There's a bum out there. He's like eating a burrito that he probably just microwaved, right? And I'm thinking, God damn it, let me put these gloves on. Because then I'm going to have to open this motherfucking door, you know what I'm saying, that this fucking dirty-ass bum who probably has hepatitis A through Z just touched, right? I go in there, I get the goddamn beer, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there, they're checking, they're asking me for my ID, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, you know it's me. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, okay, so I got, you know what I'm saying, I got the whole get up on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, fuck, I gotta show my ID. And then immediately I'm like, hell yeah, I brought the Sandy wipes. I'm wiping my ID off. I'm walking home carrying the beer, you know what I'm saying? And the motherfucking blunts and the papers and my lighter, you know, all essentials for this goddamn Corona shit, right? And then when I got home, I was so mad at myself. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have walked. You know what I mean? Because then I must have passed like 8 passerbyers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, then I started thinking to myself, well, it's not like they were hacking anything up when I was passing by. You know what I mean? Like, not like they were copying, you know what I mean? But then it's just crazy because is this how the world is going to be? Like, a bunch of motherfuckers just out there in hazmat suits essentially just to go out to the grocery store and shit? Like, you feel me? Like, it's crazy.
Who knows? At least you got your girl already, so she looked like.
Yeah.
They would be dating, trying to figure out who he looked like in the mask. Like,
right. Hey. I mean, you know what's crazy is that, like, I think that's a gold mine. Like, I think I need to get like 100 hazmat suits, and then I sell the suit. I sell the suit and for $100 because it gets you an entry to a party. So I just throw these fat hazmat suit parties, you know what I'm saying? Right? And just fucking...
That's hilarious.
Bro.
Hilarious.
But all jokes aside, all you young playmakers out there, stay your ass at home right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not about you it's not about you getting it and you're like, oh, well, I'm young, I'll be all right. Yeah, that's true. But it's about, you could even carry it and not be not feel any symptoms ever.
That's true.
And you could be carrying it and be infected with it, but just not be affected by it. And you can go around your elderly and get them all sick. You know what I mean? Or go around your little wee tykes and get them all sick. So don't be irresponsible and selfish. You know what I mean? Plus, I want everyone to, obviously not to die, right? But I want everybody to stay their ass at home so we can still get football because everything's getting shut down and football is going to be next. So now, that's a segue. You know I do the Real Fantasy Playmakers podcast, right? Right? But I got to get you. You are a Bears fan. I want to know how you feel about the Nick Foles. You know, they did. What to me, I'll tell you my take real quick. I think, because I wanted Cam Newton for you guys.
Me too.
But Nick Foles is a system fit. You got John DeFilippo there and Matt Nagy. They've all spent time with Nick Foles, so it makes sense to bring him in. But what this to me screams is that they believe in Trubisky, so they want this to like. This is really just to drive Trubisky. You know what I mean?
They don't believe in Trubisky.
And like your GM is basically tied to Trubisky because he made the trade to move up and get him. He was the first quarterback off the board in that draft class. You know what I'm saying? With Patrick Mahomes and who else? Deshaun Watson. They were all in the same draft class. Like, you know, so he has to live with that. You know what I mean? Like, and if this Trubisky thing doesn't pan out, the best thing that could happen would be y'all getting rid of that GM. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it was the GM's fault. I think he was instructed to. Oh, by the owner, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and who was in the building? John Fox was in the building during the time, so maybe John Fox's old ass was like, yeah, we need to get this kid. You know, he got the smoker's voice. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, we need to get this kid, Trubisky. Well,
they say your team, your Niners played us, and we pushed up to get him. I don't believe we had to go up and get him. And
because my Niners, and shout out to John Lynch, friend of the show. He went and fucking put it out there that we were looking at Trubisky. That was all smoke. That was all smoke.
Yeah. So we got played, is the way they say it. So now, and the rumor is, I don't think they really want brothers to be the face yet. So
hey, don't be scared to say that on my show. Listen, they hating on the black man. All right, they don't want Cam coming in there, and you know what I'm saying, he's gonna bring that swag, that black swag that all these white athletes wish they had. He's about to bring that to no. And you know what's funny though? With Trubisky, I always thought Trubisky kind of like, you look at a man like Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce got black swag as a tight end. You look at like CMC. Christian McCaffrey got black swag as a white running back. You know what I mean? Like, right? But see, and Trubisky, you seen him in his rookie year. He was lined up. You know what I mean? He got the lineup, and you know what I mean? Like oh, he fucks with rap music. You think, oh, okay, he fucks with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? He be running and shit. Like, he kind of got that Cam Newton-esque shit. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. He's wildly inaccurate. He likes to run. That's Cam Newton, if I've ever seen it. You know what I mean? He's athletic. There you go. Because they usually don't describe white people as athletic. You know what I mean?
When Mahomes beat us, he came out the tunnel. He counted to 10 because we moved up. He was like, he got picked over. He's like, I didn't get picked up to number 10.
Oh shit!
So he comes out. He was like counting on his fingers, right straight up to 10. I was like, God dang.
This motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Just rubbing it in.
And he walked,
You know why? Because I bet you anything, Chicago might have been, when they're doing their due diligence, I bet you Patrick Mahomes was like, I think I might go to Chicago. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but who knew? That's the thing they're saying. He didn't play like that. I didn't see his college game, so I can't speak truthfully. So I'll have to see if he played like that in college. Because if he did, it's like, how did you miss it?
Here's the one thing about Trubisky. The one thing about Trubisky is he only had 13 starts in college. Mind you, for the record, you know me. We've had these talks. I'm a Trubisky truther because I like him in the fantasy. I like motherfuckers that run. And he showed a lot of flashes. Like, you need to get him on these bootlegs. You need to get him out of the pocket. Like, that's where that's how he goes up against a Cowboys defense that is legit on a short week and throws for 400 and runs for fucking 70. You know what I mean? And throws for, what was that? He threw 3 touchdowns, ran for 1. That's fucking incredible. You know what I mean? Like, it's my point is, this is a real thing. He could be good. You know what I mean? Like,
he's just inconsistent. That's all.
So maybe that's what the Nick Foles pickup is, or trade is about. You know what I mean? Like, all right,
it's a safe bet. I'm hoping it's a true competition. To be honest, I don't want it to be.
Yeah, because if he beats out Trubisky, because you want, obviously as a Bears fan, you want to get some W's somehow, right?
I think Trubisky will start. But I think he only gets 2 weeks.
Okay, he has a short leash.
I think he has a short leash.
You know what's crazy? One thing about Trubisky too is
you got to win coming out the gate.
Trubisky, he gets hot, right? Nick Foles, he gets hot. If you guys can find a nice mix, like all right, you know what I'm saying? He was hot for these 3 games. Then he pulled, you know, and then this guy's hot for these next 4 games. Like, you guys might be able to string a 9-7, maybe even a 10-6 season. To be honest,
we gotta win the division again.
Here's the one thing though, is that I think Chuck Pagano's. I think he's trash, dude.
Conference.
I think he's trash as a D coordinator, because everywhere he's been, like, okay, when he was with Andrew Luck all those years, right?
Yeah.
They were one of the trashiest defenses, and he got W's off the arm of Andrew Luck. So it's like he comes in there.
He got him beat up too.
Bro, Vic Fangio is a big defensive coordinator shadow.
I miss Vic Fangio.
I love Vic Fangio. You know me. He was part of our one of our eras in my Niner is history. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Denver is steady going to be one of the ill defenses this year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, you got so much great personnel. Like, for example, his scheme, whatever Chuck Pagano's doing, is allowed. I don't know what it is, but motherfuckers can run on you guys. It's crazy. Like, you guys, you guys are like just a season removed.
Right?
From not giving up 100-yard rushing game, and then you guys gave up like 4 or 5 of them last year. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we replaced some folks and we made some moves, so we'll see how it goes. We got some players that I'm missing some guys, but they supposedly replaced it with some good talent too. So we'll see.
Here's one thing I want to say about Trubisky is that I think it's kind of like it reminds me of young Alex Smith, where every year there was a new offensive mind, a new system that he had to learn. Think about it. His first year, he was in there with John Fox and whoever the fuck was the
Tressman.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. Mike, was that Mike Tressman? I forget, but yeah, it was definitely Mark. There you go. Right, and then the next year, Matt Nagy comes in, right, and who did he bring in? He brought in a college OC. I forget this guy's name, but yeah. So and then this year they bring in Bill Lazor and John DeFilippo. So it's like it's kind of unfair for Trubisky. Like ultimately, this could make him this could help his football IQ, because I like to believe someone like Alex Smith he has a high football IQ because of all the coordinators that he went through. But when you're a young quarterback, it's unfortunate because you can't hone in on one system, and when every year it's changing up, you learn new terminology, new checks, and new, you know what I mean?
Right.
New form, all the shit. But
yeah, good point.
Yeah. And Trubisky just might not be that smart too. You know what I mean? Like shout out to Jameis Winston. I love Jameis Winston, but I don't think he's that smart. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's kind of an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, there's this. They're really like dumb jocks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out. I'm just saying, like, as far as like someone who's really intelligent, like a Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or like even a Mike Vick back in the days, because Mike Vick was super nasty. Like, I mean, you remember Mike Vick?
Super fast too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he, his decision making, when to run, and like, that's you got to be smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
To be able to do that for sustain that for a while too. You know what I mean? Because he was kind of smaller too to get hit. Like,
yeah, he would take those hits though. He would take those hits.
Yeah. What was he, like 6'2"?
I think you're right. I have to double check you, but I think you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you know what? This is definitely not going to be the first time you're on this joint. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
I'm going to do a part 2 with you down the road, you know what I'm saying, and check in on with my guy, you know what I'm saying? And
yes, sir.
Hopefully it's not within this corona confinement still, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we get you live in the studio and then, you know what I mean? But before we close out, you know what I'm saying, let's bust some housekeeping again, you know what I mean? Let them know where they can find you.
All right. Let me see if I got it right. So on Twitter, you got me at Mr. Epik, MISTA_EPIK. You also got me on Instagram, Mr. Epik, MISTA_EPIK. Straight across the board. Find me on Facebook the same freaking way. Yeah. Looking for me and the team, you got us on Audiblesol, AUDIBLESOL. That's across the board. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you got us right there. Check us on the email if you're looking for us, audiblesol1@gmail.com. Holler at you people if you're trying to do some business. Shout out to Nick and Honey. New shit coming. Body. Shout out to Prime One. So one good people. Yeah. All right. So trying to make noise.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's another key we're gonna leave them on is you gotta make noise. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make some noise out there, playmakers. You know what I mean? From this corona and in this corona climate confinement, you gotta push some content. People's paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Or at least they have the opportunity to get them to pay attention. And opportunity is key.
Rock with us.
Yeah, rock with us. You know what I'm saying? And follow us at the GMM Network. Follow me at Bogard Scott Free World. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. You know what I mean? Hit that notification bell so you can know when we hitting you with all the isms. Make sure to check out the Real Fantasy Playmakers. Make sure to check out episode 1 and 2 of Playmaker as Fuck. You are, as such, my brother, Epik. This has been epic, pun intended.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again for coming on, my brother. I appreciate you.
Anytime.
For sure, Sagittarius rule. Don't let nobody tell you different. You know what I'm saying? We're the best.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And you know what? And you know what? See, you know who be saying he's the best all the time? What's his name? DJ Khaled. He's a Sag. You know what You know what I'm saying? He ain't lying. We're the best.
He speaks it.
Yeah. But a shout out to all you other signs too. We love them all. we actually vibe. They say that Sagittarius they vibe with everyone. Every one of us vibes. Every one of them vibes with us.
Vibe, right? Yeah. I get that vibe on.
Right?
It's a vibe, y'all.
For sure. Right? For sure, my brother. This episode definitely was a vibe, though, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it is. What it is.
Well, shit, you have a good one, man. Be safe. I hope I can see you in the lab soon, man. I hope this shit starts to calm down, man. Like,
get this rolling.
Right?
Make it happen. Make it happen.
For sure, man. Be easy, my brother. Oh, hey, make sure you shoot me all the links. I want to make sure I put it in the description. So all the links to everything he was talking about Playmakers, they will be in the description in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Episode 3, goddammit. Playmaker as fuck. Hey, Jamaicans. For sure, my guy. So what you got going for tonight?
Chilling, watching anime.
Oh, that's right. You I forgot you be fucking with the Japanese anime tough.
Yeah, bro.
Is it all still like? Is it necessarily still Japanese anime, or is other motherfuckers right like you're drawing the shit? Or, you know what I mean? Like because I know there's a lot coming out of Korea.
I couldn't tell you, but yeah.
Well, it is still. I guess that's why they just say anime, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. I wonder what's gonna happen to all them conventions. You can't have those.
Not for a while.
No.
Not take it to vaccine.
Bro, I just thought of something right now. If we could throw fat parties where like it's just you would need like a massive server though, and the parties would be everyone's in their own confinement, and you have these little squares, like just thousands of hundreds of squares, however many you could fit, right, in a room, and everybody's partying or some shit all together. You know what I'm saying? It's like a digital party, and then like you could click on motherfuckers and be like, talk. You know what I mean? That shit would be hard. Cause then like you'd be able to do like Comic-Con and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you'd be like you know what I'm saying? At Comic-Con you would go to these motherfuckers or these anime joints. You go and you would talk to these motherfuckers, but you have to wait in line. Like say it's like Will Shatner or something, because that will be at all these joints. Right, and you gotta wait in line to talk to this motherfucker. So in this case, there would be a Will Shatner like screen. You know what I mean? You click on this motherfucker, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta wait in line. You know what I mean? And he's in there, and then you obviously pay these motherfuckers because you have to pay these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But it was like that might be onto something.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, make the call. Go ahead and make the call. You know what I mean? Have your people call my people. You know what I'm saying? We'll start throwing some anime joints. You know what I mean?
I was saying.
Right?
I like it.
Well, yeah, for sure. Ample shit. Right. You know what's funny is I almost don't want this thing to end because I'm like, I gotta go back up to kids now. For sure. But yeah, for sure. You be easy.
I appreciate you, man.
Nah, I appreciate you too, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of them things, B. Like, I really appreciate it because you know me, I'm a madman. I just be having ideas, and I'm like, you know what? I can get this idea off the ground. I think you're literally the first person